This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, January the 15th, is a CFL icon. A little bit of bias because, I'm Canadian and all that. But this guy is amazing. He is 57 years old. He's the GM of the Toronto Argonauts of the CFL, who I basically left behind after they got rid of Doug Flutie. I know he wanted to play in the NFL, but still, you could have just kept him in Toronto. Basically, I decided to flee for the Alouettes. I know they haven't won a lot of Grey Cups, but whatever. Anyway, this guy played 12 years for the Argonauts, being a three-time Grey Cup champion, and his number 31 is one of only 4 jerseys the Argos ever retired. So this was huge and all that. He's one of the greatest Argos players of all time and popular. He is Michael Pinball Clemons. Pinball actually played for the College of William and Mary, an IAA school. Kansas City actually decided to pick him up as a player. He was drafted by the Chiefs in the 8th round. Kansas City used him as a punt returner. He was on Tampa's practice squad, but then he went up north of the border when the CFL was decent. Anyway, he played for the Argos in 1989. And running backs coach Tom Cuddy named him Pinball because of his running style, because he's Pinball Wizard. And he's 5'7". So anyway, every time Clemons made a great play over the PA with the Argos, the Who song Pinball Wizard would play. Anyway, Clemons was a star. He was actually named the most outstanding player, or the MVP, if you will, setting a record for all-purpose yards with 3,300 yards, which is amazing. All-purpose yards is when you run for yards, catch passes for touchdowns, get for yardage, and then you do punt returns, kick returns. So anyway, Pinball was part of the 1991 squad that won the Grey Cup from Calgary, Rockets' famous run. Clemons was also a key part of the Argos in 96 and 97 when they went back-to-back with the Grey Cup with Doug Flutie behind them helm. In fact, Clemons and his all-purpose yards record from 1990 was shattered by himself in 1997 with over 3,800 yards in one year. Chad Owens would break that in 2012, a fellow Argo. Clemons finished his career in 2000 with the Argos, 12 years. Pass reception. He had pass reception record 682. Punt return yards. Punt return touchdowns. Kickoff return yards. So he amassed 25,000 combined yards for kickoff returns, punt returns, catching balls, and running and scoring. So anyway, he had 46 receiving touchdowns, 31 rushing touchdowns, and 9 special teams touchdowns. Or 8, sorry, because he had 85. Clemons became the interim head coach of the Argos after his retirement from the game as a player. But he was and the team was 1-6-1. It was an awkward situation. Clemons didn't want to take it, but he decided to reciprocate. And the Argos won 6 out of the last 8 games. In November 2001, he was named president of the Argos, and he relinquished his head coach role. However, he would have to get it back in 2002 when Echeverry got fired. And he took the Argos for 6 games. He became the head coach in 2002, relinquishing his role as team president. And then he basically became the head coach until 2007, which was amazing. And in 2004, Clemons became the first black head coach to be in the Grey Cup, which is, of course, Canada's version of the Super Bowl. However, he won the game as the Argos beat the BC Lions. BC was heavily favored, but they had a QB controversy, Casey Printers or Dave Dickinson. Anyhow, he became the second black coach to ever lead his team to a Pro Football Championship. Darren Arbet of the San Jose SaberCats in the Arena Football League was the first in 2002. Clemons would downplay the achievement and all that. It's funny how, a black CFL coach won a championship before a black NFL coach. Well, for context, Tony Dungy's title in 2007 was in 2007. Clemons is second in head coaching wins in Argos history with 67, only behind Bob Labilovich, who had 89. Clemons was okay and all that. He became the team CEO in 2008. All that. Clemons is now the GM of the Argos. He's a motivational speaker. Likes it. So he lives in Oakville with his wife and 3 daughters. He describes himself as American by birth but Canadian by choice. Clemons in 2000 became a permanent resident of Canada. Anyway, he's done a lot of things for Pinball Clemons, becoming a naturalized citizen of Canada and doing a lot of things. Well, he has the CFL record for most all-purpose yards, 25,000 plus. He's had over 5,000 yards in rushing, pass receptions, kickoff returns, and punt returns. And as I said, Argo's leader in catches, punt return yards, punt return touchdowns, and kickoff return yards. He still has the Alouette record for Argo's record for single season punt return yards with 1,070 in 1997. He was named the MVP in 1990, 3-time Grey Cup champion as a player, 91, 96, 97. He was the head coach in 2004 when the Argos went. He was the 2-time. He's won 2 Grey Cups as a vice chairman, 2012 and 2017. 2-time CFL All-Star. Number 31 of the top 50 players in CFL history, and has never been retired by the Argos. So anyway, it was amazing and all that. His legacy. Yeah, he was a good coach. 68, 55, and 1. In the regular season, 6 and 5. Elsewhere. I often wonder what records. What retired number? Who else has retired numbers by the Argos? I know Pinball is. Where's the retired numbers? I know they won 17 Grey Cups, but how many of them? Who's the retired numbers? Current Oh, here we go. Pinball Clemons, Dick Chateau, Joe Kroll, and Danny Nikolek. So they haven't really retired any members of the Argos past 2000. Wow. Well, there's a banner of 24 all-time Argos, but not all of them have their numbers retired. So Toronto should do better than that. But that's just my feeling. Anyway, I'm Jan15 and I do.